Ladies and gentlemen, Lance Henriksen!
That was shocking. I'm pretty shy, actually. Hello.
Well, it's great seeing you. Oh, you okay? Great seeing you again, and thank you for joining us here this weekend in Atlanta for Mad Monster Atlanta.
Thank you. Yeah.
So we are. I have some questions I'm going to ask, and then we'll open up to the audience out here and get some questions from them.
Hey, man. Anything you want to know?
Well, I know we've talked about it before, but for those of you out in the audience who don't know, can you kind of talk about what first sort of led you into the entertainment industry? What path kind of led you towards becoming an actor?
I don't know. Hey, listen. We're all kind of a whole bunch of people. No, when I think about it, we're all curious about each other, all of us. And yeah, how exciting! Excuse my French. No, I think it's a gradual thing that happens when you become an actor, and then you blow it up. It doesn't work, and then life is like oh man, I haven't been drinking at all. I'm just I love coming to this town. It's like there's quite a bit of time in between, So you guys, when I first met you, you were probably 13. What am I talking about?
Well, so you've had this really interesting and incredible life, and a good chunk of it has been up on stage or up on screen for audiences of all ages who have had different performances that you've done that have really kind of reached out to them over the years.
Yeah, I've been acting for about 40 years. It started out small, and then you get a Shakespearean role, right? And I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's French, it's British, and so then I realized I'm not very good with Shakespeare. It was pretty bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And they kept saying, Lance, maybe you should try something else. No. Anyway, never mind. I got lucky. I really got lucky. I mean, I don't really talk very well, do I? But I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe my work. I got lucky, that's all.
Well, over the years, what have been kind of the things that you look for when going up for a part?
I normally have the part before I go up. Yeah, it's pretty miraculous, I mean, I'm not always sure, about what the role's going to be, and then they talk to me about the role. Oh shit! I don't know how to describe my life. It's so bizarre. It really is. One time I'm playing a gay gigolo, and the next time and then I go, that's not the role for me, really, And so, and then they want me to play more gay roles because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I know it sounds funny, but it's true. I remember this incredible actress that was doing this part, and I kept feeling really embarrassed that she was so good that I felt like shit. I really did. But it ended up, when I saw the movie, I thought I was pretty good.
What movie was it?
I haven't been drinking. I have not been drinking. I've been signing a lot of pictures and saying a lot of people, and it's here.
Yeah. Well, what were kind of some of the movies and some of the TV shows that kind of inspired
I had only
you?
one TV show.
Yeah.
It's Millennium,
Yeah.
where I played. It was a great role.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And we'll get to Millennium in a few minutes.
I mean, we got nominated every year. And it was like, but we didn't win. Which I thought was funny as hell. Because I got these on my wall, like, yeah, you got nominated, okay. That's it. It's not worth the paper it was written on.
Now, of course, working with Chris Carter on that, what was that experience like with him? A visionary show creator.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
The only show that I didn't like is with David Duchovny. David was, the first thing he said to me was, "You remind me of my little brother. I wanted to drop a rock on his head." And I thought, wow, that's interesting. You're a psychotic. Anyway, to talk about this, I wish that you guys were lit up. I don't know what I mean by that.
Well, like I said, what were some of the roles that you watched the other actors that performed that kind of inspired you or entertained you as you got it?
None of them inspired me. No. They were all perfect. And I watch it and I go, what the hell is this? What is it? What are we doing it for? Why are we doing it? You know what I mean? And then I got my first part. I know. I used to imitate, like Kirk Douglas and these guys and all these when I was a little kid. And until I saw The Thing, then I knew I'd met my calling. I mean, do you remember The Thing? James Arness? Yeah. Those were good days. I was a kid, and I knew I was going to live for a while.
Now, you've had a number of parts over the years that have been very memorable, whether it be on Millennium or Aliens. What is it about these characters that you've brought to life on the screen that you think resonates with so many different members of the audience?
Yeah, but I mean, we got lucky. It all starts with the script. I mean, it's when I was a little kid, I saw all, The Thing, all of these things, and I felt I had met my calling.
Yeah.
Do terrifying film, or, Yep. Sorry.
So of
I
course,
could go into it, but it's like I bore you to death.
now let's talk a little bit about Alien and working on that with James Cameron and that amazing cast.
Well, I did his first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were struggling because we had an Italian producer who tried to save money every chance he got. And so we were thinking, oh man, this is like hell. The guy. And then we'd make fun of him behind his back. I remember punching a palm tree in Jamaica because I was so angry at this fucking producer, excuse my French. But I broke my hand. I literally broke my hand. And then I thought, this sucks. I had a cast on my hand. We had to keep hiding it behind my back. Anyway.
Yeah. And what's amazing, and for those of you in the audience might not realize what it is Piranha 2, the spawning. Yeah.
Oh my God. Piece of shit. I called this producer and I said, look, I gotta come down and because I'm playing the harbor cop. And I've got to practice with the boat. And he said, no, we can't afford that. Forget it. So sure enough, man, I get in my boat on the first day of shooting me, and I shot the boat up on the pier. And the poor guy from Jamaica, he was so upset because he thought I was going to sink his boat. And I almost did. I mean, how do you know this shit?
We've had this discussion before.
we really try. I always try to prepare.
Yeah.
And that's why I ended up punching a palm tree and breaking my hand. But it's like I wanted to be ready. I'm always ready because otherwise it's I'm on my best thing.
Yeah.
Right now.
Now, of course, that was James Cameron's first film. You, of course, also were a part of Terminator.
A what?
Terminator.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Aliens. Over the years that you've worked with him and that you've known him, can you talk a little bit about how his style as a director changed with you as an actor? How the differences you might have noticed?
Yeah, I mean, everything starts with the script.
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes the Bible. I hate to use that thing, but one of the things that started to happen was I got ahead of the script. Instead of being behind the material, I got ahead of it, and then there's a certain kind of peace that happens, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Do you have?
So looking at you, we're going. This thing is blowing up in my face, man.
Do you have having done several movies with him? Do you have a favorite?
Several?
Yeah.
100. Couple of hundred.
Having done well with Cameron, do you have a favorite performance that you've done with him?
Oh, no. we had a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
Seriously, a lot of laughs. Stan Winston is my favorite guy. God, he did the Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
But he was the gentlest soul. You know, I'm telling you, I love making a movie because of it. We get lucky, you know, we get lucky.
Yeah, and he was an incredible director and visual effects artist. And his makeup designs were incredible. His, you know, the stuff that he achieved and won awards for over the years was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was a terrible loss, that guy. I have a lot of pictures around my house.
Yeah.
And a couple, couple. It was quite a guy. Would you mind?
So let's go ahead and open up to some audience questions. We do have a microphone that will
Yeah,
go around
please.
as well too. So if you have a question you'd like to ask, go ahead, raise your hand up nice and high, and we'll get to as many of you as we can up here.
Well, that was fun. But anyway.
Hey, so I've been a big fan of yours for a while, watching movies from like Terminator, Aliens, Pumpkinhead, and the list goes on. I know he mentioned performance-wise, was asking for your favorite, but I was wondering, what's your favorite movie that you worked on?
My favorite? I'm thinking. Buddy, I got to tell you, every time I've worked with Bill Paxton or Jeanette, me too. Those were the things. They'll never be the same without them, you know. So it's mostly with the actors that I've worked with. I've always been surprised by them, or totally, you know, it's tough. Yeah, and I've worked with a lot of good actors, really good actors. But I'm having a really rough time. What the fuck? You always look at me and go, I can't even think straight. I mean, it's like, yeah, I think, really, to be honest, you know, it has to do with the people.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the director. I like the people that put themselves out on the line and do a piece of work that surprises you. And what? The little kid is pointing at me. He's going, he doesn't know how to talk. You're right. If I don't have a script, I can't talk. I'm kidding. But
Yeah, no, I 100%
let's keep
get it.
going.
But yeah, no. Yeah. Okay.
I'm
next.
starting to get warmed up.
All right. All right, next
It's
one up.
cold in here.
Raise your hand up nice and high so we can see you. Right there.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? With all the screencasts here this weekend, how did you get involved with Scream 3?
With what?
Scream 3.
Green face?
Scream 3?
What?
Scream 3.
Oh, Scream 3. Oh, those
Yeah.
guys. Man, I had to play an absolute prick. And I thought, this is fun. So I really did have a good time. But they were all the young, beautiful people. You know, everybody was like beautiful. And I was like a 45-year-old, 50-year-old, or whatever. And I like to mock them. I love mocking them because they were so fucking pretty. No, that's a joke.
Yeah. You know, you've also done so many incredible voiceover performances and iconic voiceovers such as Kerchak and Tarzan. Can you talk a bit about the voiceover work you've done?
The voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would. You know what the weirdest thing is? When you get into the groove of that character, you start to feel like he's a sergeant, or he's a or whatever. What's the matter with these tables? You get into it and you kind of see the guy. It's not me, it's this guy. And when you do that, you end up seeing him as a real person. That's a bow tie.
Yeah. It is.
That's a beautiful bow tie.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean it. But anyway, you start seeing him as a real person.
Yeah.
And you get a poster of it, and you get this and that. But I think Bishop was the one character where I couldn't. I did it twice, or more. And you see it as a real person. So now I got a psycho, me, being a bull. Bishop?
Yeah.
Is that the guy's name?
For an aliens?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I'm being a fucking. Oh, excuse me.
Not at all.
Are there a lot of children here?
I think
There's a couple?
There's a couple, yes.
Sorry, guys. I know. It started out small and now it's gotten.
We have another question out there in the audience.
Anybody?
Yeah. We'll get you, and then we'll get you next.
All right. Hey, thank you for that. Thank you. Yes.
So you've obviously done a lot of acting work, but you've also done video game work. I really enjoyed you in Detroit Become Human and also in The Quarry more recently.
Yeah.
But how did you enjoy doing those roles as opposed to
I
doing
did
movies?
because I had a wife. I had a wife in it.
Yeah.
And she was tough, man.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm loving this. Because there are a lot more powerful women in the industry than there used to be. And like Quarry, boy, she kicked the shit out of me. She was tough. I loved her. Yeah.
And then
Did that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the excuse that they keep giving for not allowing Millennium to be on the streaming services?
Ooh. Say that again?
What is the excuse the streaming services continue to give you guys to not allow Millennium to be on Hulu or Netflix or?
I don't know. I don't get that. Because that was a good show. It really was. I mean, they tried. Chris Carter tried his heart out, But I'm sure that David Duchovny has something to do with it.
do we have another question out there? We have time for two more. So we have another one out there?
Anybody?
Anyone? Yes. Oh, actually, yeah. You've been running around the microphone already.
Yeah,
Yes.
go. Oh.
But then ask yours next.
No, that's okay. You stay. No.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. What's the best piece of life advice you think you can give anybody in all your years of living?
Could you say that a little louder?
What's your best piece of life advice you could give after all your years of living and success?
Wow. That's tough. Hi. Someone came in. I think my sense of humor is like really corrupt. I just feel that that's the way it is. You know, that's the way it is for me. If somebody starts to see who I am, really, like Hulk, you know, like, and if you end up telling the truth, it's pretty funny. Life is hilarious. I mean, really, I'm a moron. I'm not kidding. My mother told me that.
Big tummy.
She was a toughie, man. She's tough. We're from New York originally. My mother married 5 times. I think I'm getting exhausted now. We're going to get married again. You know. Yeah, you sound just like my mother.
Did you have a question?
I could ask one.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have an answer? Go.
I mean, I just, what's your favorite part about coming out to these conventions? You're around a lot.
I got to tell you something, man. I really enjoy it. I love people. I mean, I like to toy with them, and they toy back. So it's all real. That's real. I never even graduated grammar school. So everything about my life is, I remember I found a comic book in the garbage, and it was Treasure Island, but it was one of those good ones, you know. And I decided I'm gonna write a play for me and my class to do Treasure Island. And so I started writing it. My teacher called me when we're supposed to be doing mathematics or whatever. and she said, "You're writing a script from a comic book? That's plagiarism. You're a plagiarist." And I said, what does that mean? I didn't know what a plagiarist was. And then she insulted me in front of the whole class. And I said, okay, I'm leaving now. And I never went back to school. Wow. I never went back. Fancy word, plagiarist. And I never forgave her. I think she died of old age. Damn, what a shame. and then over the years, I started going to movies because we were broke. My mother was a waitress, and I was shining shoes to make ends meet. And then I always hid enough where I could go to a movie. And I did. I'd be up till 5 in the morning in New York because they keep playing it over and over and over. And I remember, I loved this. I loved movies. Kirk Douglas going up river with a big flintlock, it's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the great thing is you end up being where you were meant to be. It happens. It does happen. I didn't want to be a waitress.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it's always a pleasure having you here and getting to talk to you for a little bit.
This is the